Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your pal Cal. Today we're doing a crash course on CLI commands for Ghost ESP. For those of you guys that do not know, Ghost ESP is an ethical hacking penetration testing firmware that's amazing, and that, it has CLI commands, can be intimidating. So to kind of give you an understanding of how you can use CLI commands in Ghost ESP for the Wired Hatter's Banshee or any ESP that's running Ghost ESP, it's really easy. Let's get started. Just, you do want to keep in mind this video is for educational purposes only. Remember to only test your own hardware. Do not test networks or devices that you do not have permission to test on, and don't be a skid. CLI commands are quite simple. Let's break it down in the simplest way possible. CLI stands for Command Line Interface, and you have the graphical user interface, which, the icons and the tabs, and it just, both are really easy to use. It's really not that complicated, and the command line interface allows you to use the terminal to send out commands. So for example, if you use the command scan AP, the device will scan for APs. Simple command. This command should be your go-to to figure out what is available in the airspace around you. So scan AP is our first task. Now we're going to switch to the top-down camera, and you can use your phone while connecting to the Ghost ESP web UI, or you can use a desktop, or you can use the application that they have ready. There are so many ways where you can use the terminal, and these terminal commands are somewhat universal. I don't want to really just tell you that all of these commands will work everywhere. That's sometimes not the case, but for Ghost ESP, all of these commands work across all Ghost ESP devices, and these commands can come in handy depending on what you're doing. On the Wired Hatter's Banshee, the command line and the terminal typically opens no matter what you're doing. Being able to use these commands on the fly give you a better control of the actual device and the task at hand. To power on our device, we have our on and off button right here. So to turn it on, we just click it once. If you want to turn it off, all we got to do is double tap that. Now you want to flash your device to the latest version of Ghost ESP, and the flashing process is available on Noble Tech's YouTube channel, and we also have a video on the Banshee, which I'll link down below in the description as well. It's totally up to you. On the Banshee, we want to go to apps, and after the touchscreen is touchscreen, so we can go there, and then terminal, and in the terminal, you'll see this. I wish I could zoom in a little more. I'm sorry if it's a little, not focused, but let's continue. Now the first command is scan AP. We're gonna press done, and after we press scan AP, the lights will go off. Oh my god, I was not ready for that. Give it a second. It will load and then list out the APs that we basically have around us. Afterwards, if we want to get those APs to list again, we can just type in list-A. Next command is list-A, which will show us all of the networks once again. Do basically the exact same thing after that scan AP commands. It'll just list it all over again. Now, if we want to basically find devices connected to Wi-Fi networks around us, we can type in the command scan STA and then hit done. And from here, there we go. It's gonna tell us all the devices that are connected to Wi-Fi networks around us, and it's just gonna keep listing them. Now, if you wanna stop a scan from happening, the command that you wanna type in the command line is stop scan. Literally, stop and scan. Stop scan stops the scan. Simple. Now, if we want to see a list of all the connected Wi-Fi devices, all we can type in is list-S, and we're good to go. Press OK, and it'll show us all the devices that it picked up a second ago. Now, I did hit stop scan, which stopped everything, but this is everything that it had picked up in the first scan. Now, if you look carefully right here, you should see these numbers, which is 15, 16, 17. We can go up 8 and 9, and basically 1 through 15. If we want to select a target number, there is an easy command, which is select, then -A, and then we type in a number. So we're going to pick a number. Well, let's find our network, so we're not doing anything to anybody else. Okay, found our network. We're going to type in over here select -A and then number 5. So let's type that in. Make sure that your number is in between those two crocodiles, so the greater than and less than symbols, and just select -A. Make sure there's a space between select and dash and the greater than symbol and the A, so select space -A space and then your number in between the two crocodiles. Now that you know the basic network scans, we can move on to attacks, and there's two simple commands. It's how to turn it on and turn it off. To start a deauthentication attack, you want to type in attack-D. That's all you type, then we press done. And yeah, it's definitely getting started. In my case, the light will start lighting up red, and we can see what it's doing down there. And it's doing just a global deauth attack. We want to stop that from happening because, well, it's deauthing can, like, indiscriminately. There's nothing educational really about that, and it's just causing mayhem. So to stop that, we want to type in stop deauth. So that's S-T-O-P and then one word, D-A-T-H. Stop deauth. After you've typed it up, just hit done, and from here, it'll actually stop everything from, yep, unsupported, whoa, what did I type wrong? Oh, stop death. Ah, that's classic. There we go, stop deauth, and then we hit done, and that, yep, everything will stop. Everything is done, everything is back in passive mode, no deauthing, no nothing. Those are your 2 simple attack commands. Now we're gonna get into the 4 network generation commands. Well, technically 5. The 5th one is to kind of stop it all, and network generation is beacon spamming, and you can launch a beacon spam from the command line. Let me show you how. Now the start of the command is beacon spam. That is your actual command. But if we just launch beacon spam as is, it's not really going to do anything. We have to start it with either -R or -RR or -L, or we can beacon spam and then the 2 crocodiles, you can type in your network, you know, the chosen network that you want it to spam, and the last command is stop spam. So beacon spam -R will create multiple random fake networks. So we hit that. And that's it. Yeah, it started. Let's actually check it up on our device. Now with newer devices, beacon spams don't really come up as often as you might think, which is pretty good. Oh, my Ragnar is disconnected. You can also access the command line interface for the Ghost ESP firmware and the web interface by logging into GhostNet, but that's for another video. Now to rickroll a beacon spam, all we gotta do is beacon spam space -RR, RR. And then we press done. Now, if you look carefully, it tells us beacon transmission already running. So that is a perfect time to show you the stop command. So we're gonna type in stop spam, and it's gonna stop the initial beacon spam, so then we can do the next beacon spam. In this case, we're gonna type in stop spam and then done, and yep, beacon spam stopped. Now we can type in beacon spam -L, and what that will do is take all of the initial networks that we had scanned around us and just create fake clones of them. These clones are not malicious, they just exist. Now to specialize a specific network for a beacon spam, in this case our test network Valley Home, we're gonna type in beacon spam, crocodile, Valley Home, another crocodile. Just make sure that the network is in between the crocodiles. And then we press done. And there we go. Starting beacon spam transmission. Now we're gonna stop the beacon spam and move on to the next tab. I would like the next tab to be about captive portal generation and captive portal commands, but I personally don't want to do a video on that. Like, it's just, I don't like captive portals. I think they're cool. There's just too many people doing weird things that I've seen lately that I cannot in good faith go over it. I can, however, tell you that the GitHub has documentation on how to get that started from the command line, so if you want to, you can go ahead. But what we're gonna go to next are something that I think is kind of very necessary to learn, which is how to connect to a Wi-Fi network. Now to connect to your home Wi-Fi, we type in connect and then a crocodile and then our home network name in basically another crocodile, so in between the crocodiles, and then space, another crocodile, then type in your password in between the crocodiles. So it's connect, crocodile, Valley Home, for example, another crocodile, close it up, and then space, and then put your password in between another set of crocodiles. After that, we hit done. On the top, our Wi-Fi icon will pop up, and that means that we are now connected to the network. This can come in handy for uploading wiggle stats and being also able to give your device connection to the actual internet. Now, another essential network connection command is dial connect. Dial connect will find and interact with smart TVs on the networks. Now, in the documentation, you can also send text to smart printers and printers on that network, and it's literally power printer, and type in your phone. You can find it available on the GitHub page if you want to do that. It's totally up to you. But it'd be cool to, you know, if you need something printed, simple text, you just type in power printer in between the crocodiles, the IP address, and from there, it'll tell you the size. It's really simple. Next, we have 5 Bluetooth commands, and all of them start with BLE scan. So that is your main command. The command BLE scan-F helps you scan for flipper zeros around you. Now, there wasn't any flipper zeros that it detected near me, but for us to find air tags, for example, any hidden air tags or available air tags, we can type in BLE scan-A. So A for air tag. After that, we press done. I don't think I have any air tags near me, but let's see if it picks anything up. Nope, no air tags. If we want to view all the Bluetooth traffic around us, we type in BLE scan space-R, and then we hit done. Give it a second. Scanning for raw packets. Nope. Oh, all right. 50 packets captured. So it saved it to the SD card. Now, if we want to stop that scan, we're going to type in the same command, BLE scan-S. So BLE scan-S, S for stop. We press done. And yeah, it stopped everything. I feel like I speak for everybody when I say BLE spams are annoying, but they have a command to detect if BLE spams are happening around you. So that's BLE scan-DS, and after we do that, we can see if we've detected anything. I don't have anything spamming BLE because I cannot stand BLE spams, but I don't think it's going to detect anything. Now, luckily, I am wearing my M5 Stack Stick S3, so I'm going to start a BLE spam and see if it picks it up. So we are spamming, and it has definitely detected it, and I just got a spam repeatedly on my phone. I hate BLE spam so much, but it does work, which is nice. Just make sure that you type in BLE scan space-S so that we stop any scanning that is going on. No spoofing, no nothing, everything has been stopped. Moving on, we're going to go into GPS commands. There are only 2 GPS commands, one to start war driving and one to stop war driving. Real easy. To start war driving, it's literally start WD. So start war driving. Easy thing to remember. We press start WD and then done. And from here, it started war driving. The last command for war driving is literally start WD-S, which tells us to stop war driving. So let's type in start W, here, let me use the joystick. Start WD space -S. So start WD-S, which is war driving stop. Press that, and war driving has been stopped. Simple. Now to conclude this video, I'm going to give you 3 last commands, and that's help, reboot, and stop. Help at any given time, if you type help in the command line, it'll just tell you the list of commands. Reboot will reboot the device, and stop will stop any functions. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to tune in for more walkthroughs as well as a whole lot of stuff that we go over every single day in our YouTube shorts and our long form, feel free to subscribe. It helps to support the channel, and I honestly would appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love and support. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see you next time.